Rings of power, your hour may have finally passed. Wokeism seems to be on the outs when it comes to Jeff Bezos, and at least the Washington Post, although we would surmise perhaps in time it will spread to Amazon and far and wide through the vast empire that Bezos built. Today we'll tell you why DEI is DIEing all across the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all, and heed the call for understanding entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do, and we love it. It's true. Click the like button. We're going to dive into what's happening as yet another woke DEI domino is falling, and many are calling for the rest of the industry to get in line. Jeff Bezos, it looks like you, sir. Well, you're a little late, but still just in time. All right, well, they're not having fun over at the Washington Post. This is our next story, folks. We'll bring the most to it of anybody you'll see. Jeff Bezos having a change of heart under the Trump administration. Here's what it says. Straight from the mouth of the man who's not working for the mouse, but is his own billionaire self. Jeff says, I shared this note with the Washington Post team this morning. Here's what it says. I, Jeff Bezos, am writing to let you know about a change coming to our opinion pages. We're going to be writing every day in support and defense of two pillars, personal liberties and free markets. We'll cover other topics too, of course, but viewpoints opposing those pillars will be left to be published by others. Whoa! You want to write about something that's anti-personal liberty? Get out! You want to write about something that's anti-free market? Get out! That's what's being shouted by Jeff Bezos. There was a time when a newspaper, especially one that was a local monopoly, might have seen it as a service to bring to the reader's doorstep every morning a broad-based opinion section that sought to cover all news. Today, the internet does that job. I am of America, and for America, and proud to be so. Our country did not get here by being typical, and a big part of America's success has been freedom in the economic realm and everyone else. Freedom is ethical. It minimizes coercion, and practical. It drives creativity, invention, and prosperity. I offered David Shipley, whom I greatly admire, the opportunity to lead this new chapter. I suggested to him that if the answer wasn't heck yes, then it had to be no. After careful consideration, David decided to step away. This is a significant shift. It won't be easy, and it will require 100% commitment. I respect his decision. We'll be searching for a new opinion editor to own this new direction. I'm confident that free markets and personal liberties are right for America. I also believe these viewpoints are underserved in the current market of ideas and news opinion. I'm excited for us together to fill that void. Now, as you might imagine, the mainstream press has lost their ever-loving mind. The bag of marbles has been spilled out because Bezos is spilling out that WaPo will not be going loco no mo. Panel, what do you think about this? Then we'll get into the Hollywood and, the mainstream legacy dinosaur going extinct media's reactions. Panel, your thoughts?
I think that Jeff Bezos here is flexing in a way that probably makes the journalists very uncomfortable. Actually, this would be the opinion editors, wouldn't it? Bezos bought that newspaper fair and square, and he gets to dictate what goes into that newspaper. So capitalism, yeah.
Well, here's a question, panel. If this is what Bezos thinks about the Washington Post, what do you think he's thinking about his Amazon movies and TV shows now? Any chance that we see major changes to things like Rings of Power, where no more ultra crazy woke stuff going down from Bezos anymore?
Well, I mean, if he cares about free markets and, doing what the market dictates, I would. I mean, I would start making some sort of a shift, with the programming, because let the market decide if this is good or not. And, if your, performance, especially in the ratings and viewership, is tanking, maybe it's time to make a change, just saying.
That's right. Elon Musk commenting on the situation. We've got Austin Allred commenting on Bezos says, hello, in the newspaper I own, I would like the articles we choose to publish in the opinion section to be in favor of personal liberties and free markets. Totally sane people. He's a Yahtzee. And then Elon Musk down there is throwing the peanut at it. And I love this too. Space Universe says the double standard is unreal. When a billionaire supports free markets and personal liberty, he gets labeled as the worst thing imaginable. When they push censorship, government overreach, and corporate control, they're praised as defenders of democracy. Absolutely. Vash?
I've had big problems with WaPo in the past, especially as, I don't know, look up information laundering. Look up that term right there and see what outlets are most likely indicted in that practice right there. And, WaPo, I think, is maybe at the top of that list, allegedly. Anyway, I've had huge problems with how it disseminates information and who it actually serves, whether it be its viewers or its readers, or maybe it might be somebody else. So this is a big shift from Jeff Bezos for sure. We saw this when he intended the inauguration of President Trump. Actually, in one of those very coveted seats right there behind the actual president. So that was kind of affirmation that something big was happening, something big was changing. And so to get this post out right now, it's not necessarily surprising, given that context, but it is a huge shift, and I can definitely see why the media is freaking out about this specific development right here. Like Jonah said, the opinion writers for sure, because I think it's out there. I think the word is out there that these media outlets don't give a lot of fair and balanced coverage to what we're actually seeing, and they're becoming increasingly irrelevant because of it. And so a shift definitely needs to happen. Perhaps that affects the media business. Hey, maybe James Bond is in good hands. Who knows? We'll have to see.
I like that Bezos said what he said. Don't take what I'm about to say to the fact that I don't like what he said. I like what he said. I'm more about actions than words. And, we've seen what Amazon has done, not just with their content. We see what Jeff Bezos, with the Washington Post purchase, he's definitely trying to shift some things. The fact that he's talking about the opinion columns and the opinion writers, not so much the news, it kind of says, okay, well, we want more opinions that are pushing personal liberties and the free market. That's what we want to come out of the Washington Post. I don't see where that's an issue, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant because, is this all an act and a ruse? In 4 years, if there is some sort of a regime change, is he going to boomerang and start talking about, we need more restrictions on freedoms because people are, I allowed people to give their opinions in the Washington Post and everything went off the rails. So now we got to pull it back. Like, what are we seeing here? I need to see the actions in, full effect. But I love what he's saying. I think what he's saying is the right thing to say. I just, I have my reservations.
Well, let me ask this. Panel, what do you think about the idea that maybe Bezos was kind of hands-free a little bit on this stuff and thought, in this woke climate and with the administration that was before, maybe I just don't shake this thing. I'll be standoffish. Now that Trump's in office, maybe he's like, now I'm going to get a little bit in the mud. I'm a little dirty. I'm going to be
more bold, right?
Yeah, I'm going to tell these people
out there.
Right, I'm going to say what I really think. Because listen, you don't make Amazon without believing in merit. You don't work 16 hours a day, 365 without a break to build something like Amazon. Like, the amount of work it took to do that is incredible. And you don't do that while you sit there and say, well, actually, the whole time that I was building this giant corporation, I was really communist the whole time. No, that can't be true. So maybe this has just emboldened him. I don't know. What do you think?
Like I said, I feel like a lot of times we've been seeing corporate executives just kind of swinging and which way is the wind blowing, this kind of like, okay, this wind's going this way, I'm going this way, because I want to be in alignment. I want to make sure that my company is, closer to the current narrative, and that's what people, Trump just got elected. He won the overwhelming victory. So he's probably going to lean in that direction. And I'm just curious what happens if, the winds shift. Does he shift with those winds? He is a big company, and, people still want to cancel, companies when they don't, move in their direction. So that's the only question that I have. Not to say that he doesn't actually believe these things deep down, but is, him putting this out there is just interesting. I didn't know that he put this out there, but it's interesting that he's putting it out there in this way. So we'll see.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. All right, folks, we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see what happens, but dominoes are falling all across, and woke has become a joke in the C-suites across America. How will it affect entertainment and the industries, the organizations that run the news biz? Well, you're watching it happen right now, and it turns out we don't need him or his or any other pronouns anymore. You just need to show the folks who are in charge that you can put on and do what needs to get done to make them get ahead. Good night, game over, drive home safely. Folks, this video is done. But before we all head home, we only ask one thing. Folks, as you get ready to head on out, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below and share your thoughts, for a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Waste not that beautiful personality of yours. And folks, we would say as you get ready to head out the door, that it has been an honor to spend time with you, an attitude of gratitude each and every time that you elect to join together with us. Breaking bread and breaking entertainment, well, the industry. No, we like entertainment. It's the industry that irks us sometimes. Well, it was a good time. We hope you had a good time. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah.
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.